Facebook founding member and head execution Mark Zuckerberg is cladding strengthened telephone call to seem in man at investigations in the public web's hold. His business has been charged of lack to correctly report users how their section data may include been derived and stored by Cambridge Analytica, a information company wide credited in help Donald Trump card win the 2016 U.S. president poll. Facebook told on Friday it had locked Cambridge Analytica of Facebook time it studied, claims the London-based company did know, as pledged, exclude information how was supposedly derived with methods how were in infringement of Facebook's policies. Both of Cambridge Analytica and Facebook reject any offense. In spite pledge how in 2018 he would install his business, Facebook founding member Mark Zuckerberg has controlled to escape charming in the website's increasing quantity of critics, instead of send lawyers or politics bosses to different board hearings. The 33-year-old's latter speech on several of Facebook's controversies include been reported in the comparatively secure area of a blog post position or live video communication published on his Facebook web page. Several named for investigations in if Mr. Zuckerberg's business may include disrupted laws steering disclosing of a information violation, and as well rules on correctly receiving a customer's agreement to gather private data. The is a main violation how must be studied, claimed more Democratic Sen. Amy Klobuchar of Minnesota. He's precise these platforms can't police force themselves. I've named for more than clarity and accountable for on the internet policy ads. They say, confidence us. She added, Mark Zuckerberg as necessary to witness option judicial. How Mood was supported by Adam Schiff, the highest-ranking Democrat on the Building Intellect board, that is already studying public print manipulate in the run-up to the 2016 president poll. I believe it would be advantageous to include him go witness up the relevant supervision committees, he said the Washington position. Or not fair Mark but the some leadership of the some main companies how work in the area. On Saturday Night TV, Florida Sen. An ex-president encouraging Marco Rubio said NBC's encounter the click he thick felt technique companies acted as if they are over-regulation. Their increase has been a lot more rapid rather than maybe their capacity to ripe institutionally of during on several of these challenges how they are cladding, he told. I believe else portion on it is occasionally these companies increase so quick and get so lot nice click, they get up top on themselves how they begin to believe how maybe they're over kind of the rules how used to all else. Down there are a lot of big problems how the big technology companies requirement to be superior at locking. We include jointly been too upbeat on which we construct and our effect on the planet. Trust it or no, a lot of the human beings at these companies, of the interns to the leadership, accept. The man in accusation of Britain's inquiry in Ruski interference in the more democratic trial told he too requested to click Mr. Zuckerberg on the question. I will be written to Mark Zuckerberg request how each he or else elder execution of the business seem to offer testimony in front line of the board as portion our investigation, told Damian Collins MP. It is not reasonable how they include previous shipped witnesses who search to escape request hard questions by pretending not to aware the answers. Mr. Collins as well told he would be recall Cambridge Analytica head execution Alexander Nix to Parliament to reply more than questions. It seems precise how he has intentionally misguided the board and Parliament, Mr. Collins told. Cambridge Analytica and Mr. Nix include rejected any offense. The was accompanied by speech of Alex Stamos, the company's head safety official, who wrote and later remote a episode of tweets. He objected to the speech violation creature utilized to explain how information of as lot as 50 millionth folk customer profiles may include been derived out of obvious customer agreement. I include remote my tweets on Cambridge Analytica, he after wrote. No since they were virtually wrong but since I should include made a superior job wait to. Christopher Wiley, a Canada information analysis specialist who treated in Cambridge Analytica, show how it and its partners collected information identity to generally U.S. voters. Above the weekend, he announced he had been hanging of Facebook. On top of its original declaration, Facebook on Saturday told it was conduct a inclusive domestic and foreign overview in if the information, collected via an app created by World Scientific Study, GSR, yet existed. GSR was set up by College of Cambridge Connect Prof. Alexander Kogan and his fellow Joseph Chancellor. Onto the trustee, Mr. Chancellor was taking into account a job at Facebook as a investigator fair months following GSR transferred out the information gathering workout how Facebook now says disrupted its policies. Facebook has not annotated on the telephone call for Mr. Zuckerberg to seem in front line of the several committees reflecting a wish to listen of him. But one analysis alerted how the debate is a straight risk on Facebook's industry pattern, and thus Mr. Zuckerberg will be anticipated to put investors at ease, sooner quite rather than after. The has capacity to increase in thing a lot more than burdensome, told Daniel Ives of GBH Understanding. So he has to get front of the tempest up it turns in a storm.